Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to episode 3 of the ThePewPewCast. You're here with myself, Caolan O'Clearig, and Mr. Shane Reed. So today's topics are basically going to be: do video game tactics, real world tactics that you have in video games, do they transfer over airsoft, and vice versa? Do things you've learned in airsoft transfer over to when you're playing video games? There's a short answer and there's a long answer that we both kind of think of.
The answer is no.
Yeah, well, I'd say
thanks
yes.
for coming, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
It depends, right? So, depends on the game. Okay, so we both play Battlefield. We both know that having someone in your squad with a belt fed and having another guy with a marksman rifle or a sniper rifle gives you the advantage of, fire suppression, all that stuff that we do in airsoft anyway to keep the enemy's head down or get accurate shots off, whatever the case is. Then you look at COD. I find COD is like speed soft, and people think they're tactical as fuck on it. That's the way I see COD.
With COD, it is like speed soft, but there is still tactics in it. There is still playing the corner. There's still throwing a flashbang in to make sure the enemy's in there. If there is an enemy in there, then you throw a grenade. If they're in there, just kill them before you even go in. So I'd say there's still a tactical, I suppose, personal tactics rather than team tactics with COD. Personal tactics would be kind of, as I said, playing the corner, throwing the grenade in, red entry, throwing the grenade in to that room so you don't die, but you kill the enemy, or you can flash the enemy and then breach. But as Shane was saying with Battlefield, when it comes to the team tactics, having a marksman's rifle, having an LMG, having a medic or blah, 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 that kind of thing, they work. But they work on the large scale, not the personal scale.
Yeah.
If you get me. So I'd say yes and no when it comes to certain tactics on certain video games.
And like, we know playing Battlefield and playing COD, yes, Battlefield is a team orientated game. It's not just, you're here to benefit the squad, you're benefiting the team overall, generally at the end of the day. But then again, that changes then depending on the game you play as well. So COD, like you said, individual, that's grand, and you've seen yourself, if you're playing some sort of hardcore mode or whatever, they don't give a shit if they kill you in the room or not. If you're on their team, they just want to get that other kill, which is that person. Yeah. They don't care about the objective per se. Unlike Battlefield, it's very objective orientated. So you're using your tank, well, even though you can't use tanks in airsoft, but you're using your support system.
Well, you can't in Ireland.
The upper hand. You can, yeah, in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Now, if you were to think of other games besides Battlefield, because let's put it, they're the two loggerheads at the moment, Battlefield and COD. If you were to put them into Ireland's situation, COD is your skirmish, Battlefield is your milsim.
Yeah.
I say ish because then the next game, which derived from Battlefield, is actually Squad.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Squad it's not Arma, so it's not a full-on milsim frigging game that there's like 120 different keybinds to do one thing. It bridges that gap for a casual player to play a milsim but not be harsh. So the way it works is you'll have different squads. The way it works is it's kind of normally like, America versus Russia, could be Britain versus Russia, could be Canada versus Russia, or it could be Russia versus
good guys and your bad guys.
Yeah, in a way. You have like the Russians against kind of like your Op4 Taliban-ish type lads. You have Russia against practically the Taliban, would say, and some of the Afghan maps, whatever else. They all kind of fight each other in some way, shape, or form. That's more like our milsims, but that's broken down, even in the video games, broken down a little bit more in the case of each squad has a certain job to do. I.e., you could just have a rifle squad, which would be, if I think you can hold 9 in the squad. So like majority are going to have M4s. If they're American, we'll say we're going to have the rifle, the odd grenade launcher on a rifle. Then you're going to have one automatic, which could be, the 249, the RPK, the, anything along them lines, the MG36, whatever you can think of, the L86. Then the next squad could be completely different. That squad could have a couple of rifles, could have a marksman rifle, could have a belt fed. It could have anti-tank capabilities. That's more of your support squad,
Yeah.
if you like. So like, even though we do milsims here and we can have like, geez, what do we have? We had like 16 lads up there at the weekend. Or no, sorry,
Yeah.
we didn't. We had 14, I think. It kind of mashes all that together. So we can have one belt fed while LMG, then everyone else then has to be either a sniper or rifleman of some description, grenadier, whatever it is. If you were to break it down and do squad by squad, it might be messy. Like let's say we got the email, oh, you're well, oh no, we actually could actually more think about it. Jesus Christ, can you think about 2 belt feds, 2 supports between everyone? Yeah, sorry, no, we could. That's a fucking, if you pick another team, just any other team, and let's say majority of them are just riflemen, end of story. There's nothing else. They don't do anything else. Let's say they got the going, oh, by the way, your support squad mean that you have to have a minimum of 2 belt feds, 2 automatic rifles, and then the rest be riflemen. They would struggle to, you know what I mean? Who wants to go off and say, Jesus, in order to turn up, you have to have this, i.e., you need to go off and spend 400 or something going out on a belt fed. The requirements of it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I like about the, like, between all of us, one of us at least has a LMG. One of us at least has a sniper.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we all have M4, or we all have AK, or we all have an AR type, an assault rifle type weapon. We all basically have a pistol. So if you wanted an all rifleman squad section, we have that. But then if you wanted a support squad section, we also have that when it comes to our team. But then you see like other teams would be going up, and there could be 4, it could just be a squad of snipers. Like you'd have 4 or 5 guys that are just snipers and they're on their own little team, which is grand. Because we had that one year, I think it was last year, the year before, there was lads going around with ghillies and snipers. It was like a group of 4 of them holding down a road.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I mix match all the milsims into one. I think I just did that one milsim where all this shit happened in it.
Anyway, getting back to the tactics, like you have Tarkov. That is very personal tactics. That's individual tactics. Mayhem. Unless you have a squad of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Then it's right. 2 of us go up the front, 3 of you come in at the right. Get L shape. Take them in an L shape tactic. Then the enemy is basically fecked because you have the crossfire, the cotton crossfire. They can't pop their head up from the left or the right, or the right or the front. Then they're screwed. You could do that with a squad. And then it comes down to your personal tactics when you're on your own playing the game. You're literally pieing every corner. If you know there's an enemy in a room, you're throwing a grenade in, then you're hitting them. Yeah. Those ones. Like, I suppose if you have a lot, it all comes down to having teams, having team members, and having great communications.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's it.
Other than that, I'd say they do carry over. You don't really think they do carry over, do you?
It depends. It depends on the game. Like, you could fall around and you could say, right, Tarkov, you could possibly make into an actual airsoft event.
Yeah.
Right. Which is slightly different, but I'll get into that in a second. Tarkov is more like airsoft in the fact that you're listening. You're consistently listening for sound, rumbling, whatever it is. You're listening to everything that's going on around you. It obviously in airsoft it's that one hit and you're hitting, it's back to respawn or out depending on the game, whatever. It's with Tarkov, it's too realistic, as in, you could get your arm shot and your arm's the one that's damaged, your leg's damaged, your chest, one shot to the head, obviously
you're
if
gone.
you have a ballistic helmet off, you're gone, that sort of thing. But for tactics wise, it is the closest thing to airsoft, vice versa, either way, because you see it yourself. If you were doing, even in Blurgan there last weekend, you're sitting, you're listening, because you're trying to distinguish that bird from snapping that branch or that person stepping on that twig. You know what I mean? Same with Tarkov. It's the exact same. Now, if we were to transfer that into a game, like an actual event, that would be tough, because Tarkov rounds only last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's the max. 40 minutes. It is a shoot and loot 'em game. it's all about getting in, getting the loot, and getting out, not getting shot. Could you transfer that to airsoft? Possibly, but you'd have to have an event holder hold an event and put money into it. That there's bags of BBs, gas, there's
Yeah.
other stuff for the player to get. But at the same time, if that player gets shot, because if you were to do it like Tarkov, one shot and you're down, you have to lay down and wait there. And let's say they come up and loot your body, then you know what I mean. The stuff that you're after finding, you have to allow that person to take, the bag of leaves, bags of gas. So I keep thinking about it, and we're like, geez, what could they actually do besides that? Because it's at the end of the day, putting a TM pistol out there for people to find, like, that's an awful lot of money.
That is,
you know what I mean?
Unless it was like I suppose it'd have to be indoor. Really, it'd have to be kind of your. I've seen a couple of Warzone games or kind of battle royale games that other YouTubers have done and stuff like that. They've gone around, put random guns in different places in an indoor field, an indoor arena for airsoft, and they did it that way. Okay, there's an AK here, blah blah blah. Run around, try and find your guns. They did a I think last week I saw a Warzone one, and I know for a fact they did PUBG. They did that one as well, and lads went around with balloons tied to their back. I think they did it for Fortnite as well.
That,
yeah. Well, Dude, Perfect did a Fortnite one, I think.
Yeah, it's not even a game, so never mind.
Yeah, I'd love to do a day. Yeah, I'd love to do a DayZ game.
Yeah, that'd be quite interesting. Like a whole weekend of, like, you could do in Blurgan, a whole weekend of. You make alliances, you can find your teammates, you can make a base, but you can camp somewhere, but it's you just have to go out and find stuff. You have to go out and survive. You know what I mean? There's no one telling you what to do. It's more of a right, we need to do this, mean that we have to go and get the supplies for it.
Yeah.
Give a little task to have 48 hours or whatever the case is to go off and do. And the more they do, the more that they get points at the end to win. Because at this day and age, that Milsim did in 2014, I still don't know who fucking won that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the case though. Any Milsim you go to, every other team, your team's going to be like, oh, we won that Milsim. And you'd have other teams being like, oh yeah, but we won the Milsim. And you'd just be like, oh, no, you didn't though, but we won it. You'd have that kind of bickering back and forth. Like,
that's it,
Yeah.
But you could. DayZ would be a good one. Tarkov would be another good one to do. You just need to figure out the looting system. It's not the player system. That's already down. It's just you playing airsoft. You just have to be 100 times more cautious than a regular day playing. It's just the loot side of things.
Yeah. Once you're dead, that's it. You're out.
That's it. Yeah. Like, you could do 40-minute intervals, and then a grace period of 10-15 minutes where a team has to sit out, and then you go, right lads, you have another chance to go in and get some loot again. Okay, deadly, we'll go back in for another 40 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't know how you do it, but if someone understands the game and plays the game, they can sit there and go, it's actually quite easy if you did step 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's it,
Or even if you had like a team of 3 or a team of 4 were to go in, and every time they completed an objective, if their teammate was dead, they got the chance to either get more points or revive a teammate.
Yeah, something. You know what I mean? You can tweak the shit out of it, like.
Yeah.
And you can go in, you can do the event, and you can go and go, well, we're a 4 stack, or you're a single, or you're a 2 stack. You know what I mean? And then they try to go, right, there's only 2v, and we have another. Because I think if you went in on a 2 stack, no, that's wrong. No, I think if you went in on a 2 stack, there's about another 6 teams. So that's another 12 players, so 14 in total on a server.
Yeah,
I think is how it's done. If there's a 5 stack, I think it's done with 3 or 4 different teams. I can't remember. Depending on the stack is the amount of players on the map. But they could literally go. You could go in for it and say, right, there's tickets for 2 stacks, and there is, a ticket guarantees 2 spots.
Yeah.
There's 10 tickets. That's 20 people, and we'll just split them in half and run 2 at either. But you could do something like that. It's just the looting system. That's literally the only thing that's the worry or the problem, is figuring out, like, your bags of BBs and your bags and your bottles of gas. That's that's grand. Work away with them. They can even open the field if they run out of ammo. But then do you put other stuff in there Well, you could, because look at it, Tarkov, they're stealing computer stuff and other things, and they sell on the black market. So you could put in,
vault keys, all that stuff.
yeah, you could put in like shit, like broken laptop, broken computer stuff, and say, look, lads, everyone has to wear a backpack, because how else are you going to carry the loot out? Okay, you could do with that if you have a backpack like mine. The weekend has 3 storage compartments. The first 2 are fine. The last one you're not allowed to touch. The last one is my personal water and
exactly.
blah, blah. And they could put the likes of friggin' water and stuff out there as well. You know what I mean? This could all come back to points at the end of it if they bring it all back with them and go, look, the bottle of water is worth a point. The computer stuff is worth so many points. That means you get this. Mean that you've earned whatever at the end. You know what I mean? There could be prizes at the end of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only part that you need to work out, is the looting and some sort of a reward system, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I know Blurgan, you can walk away empty-handed, and someone else can walk away with something else for certain events.
Yeah.
But make it worthwhile. That would be a good game, I think. Having a Battlefield and COD game.
So you may as well have that as your weekend skirmish, like.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, that'll be your weekend skirmish. So Conquest, how do you do that? Sure, put up and down flags.
Yeah.
5 flags, put them up and down. You can't do it on a point system like Battlefield, because no one's counting the points of the case of when the game ends, right? There's 3 red and 2 blue up. That means the Reds win. It's harder to do. You could incorporate.
Or you could have it as a time system. You could have a stopwatch at each place. Do you know, like the chest clocks?
Yeah.
But have it in reverse. So, like, if the red flag's up, you'd have a marshal at each post, and they just hit the red button. So the timer starts counting up for the red. And then you'd have another one for the blue. They hit that, starts counting up for the blue. And you'd have, just say, 5 places. You'd have 5 marshals. I know probably be hard enough for certain sites to get 5 marshals. But, like, you could do it that way. Then when it comes to the end of the game, just say it's a 20-minute long game or an hour-long game for skirmish day. Do it that way. At the end of the game, then count up who has the most time at all the positions. So you see, just say red had 4 minutes at this position, blue had 16.5 minutes there. Just count, see who has the most at each individual place.
Yeah. Do the point system that way then.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad. Call of Duty, that's practically any game you walk into on a Sunday. Guaranteed there's a game there from Call of Duty, and confirmed. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. Another game which is interesting because it's already been done per se in America is you can do co-op in Sandstorm, Insurgency Sandstorm, right? 4-man squad have to assault positions, get, destroy or take something and then extract again. They're already doing that in America with, that plane that you can pay a ticket to assault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could do that here easy, get teams together, put up a competition for, like look at Spec Ops, they have 2 abandoned buses, double deckers. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be hard to go, right, let's say our team, Spartan PMC, right? You're only allowed 1 team per team. So 4 Spartans only can show up to this event.
Yeah.
And they could do like attack the bus or something like that, or there's hostages on the bus and there's terrorists on the bus. It wouldn't be that hard to go to a team that plays there regularly or a home-based players and go, look lads, we want you to play the bad guys for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you get shot, you lie down. If you get shot and you want to play wounded, you can lie down and you can start shouting stuff. But the problem is, if they lie down wounded, they also have the ability to maybe take up their sidearm and start shooting at you. You know what I mean? So you, as a player, has to deal with that threat now that's on the floor. If he decides to kick off or not. Yeah, that or arrest him. You can do it all on points thing. If you can get there and arrest him before he shoots at you, well, that's an extra couple of points, And
if you do the Russian siege where you just gas everyone, you just win.
Yeah, that turned out well. God damn it, Russia. One job.
Yeah.
But, you could
let's save the hostages. Russia. Nah, let's just gas everyone.
Let's gas everyone. Jesus, yeah.
Oh man.
There's only one way in Russia. The Russian way. Yes. But
that sounds like a very good idea.
Yeah, you could do a couple of bits like that. Like I look at Sandstorm the standard game, and the standard game is it's not squad, but it's not battlefield. It's that in between again, whereas squad is the in between battlefield and Arma. So squad is that sort of, it's not milsim, but it's tactic based 100%. But you could do the co-op is 100% milsim ish, if you like. So an awful lot of night vision stuff, or whatever. Like you can run an event like that. You can do the same thing at nighttime, as well with night vision guys. But you can find if you have props or if you have buildings or if you have something, and you know what I mean, with every team you change it up so then they can't turn around to the team and go, oh yeah, there's a guy that's always hiding in behind this and that and the other. And then when that team goes in, it's no, we took that guy out. And there's something sensitive in behind there. So if they turn around and start shooting before they actually identify it, then that is points knocked off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, it'll take the site or the person managing it to sit there and go, well, what do they get points for and what do they lose points for? Give them a mission brief at the start, give them something. You know what I mean? So it could be done. Like all them could be done. Tarkov, insurgency style, I can't think of what it's called in America where they attack that Boeing plane. But squad, bring it down. Like maybe we need something more than just the skirmishing and the big milsims. Because even though I know the one we did last weekend was a smaller milsim, there was less than 200 people at it. But let's come down again. Let's come down to the squad level. Let's come down to the
10 squads of 4.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's bring it down and see if we can make events like that if anyone's listening and they want to do it. But yeah, video games give an awful lot of insight on what can be done to airsoft, even tactics or non-tactics wise. Like my tactics in life, in playing airsoft, would say, and utilizing them in Battlefield 4 only works on very few maps. Because you know yourself, you have those one guys or that one server that only plays that one map, and the guys that aren't part of that server, but they're always on that map. Yeah. The amount of grenades that are thrown, the amount of just pure shit.
Everyone knows every single corner on that map, every single loop, every single peep. Yeah.
They know the alleyways, they know
all the angles,
everything. Yeah, they just, you know what I mean? They're not tactically playing the game. They just know, well, I can utilize that spot.
Muscle memory, like. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not tactical in a way. It's just a case of, I know there's a few lads around here, so just lob a grenade at the doorway. Yeah. And you know yourself, it bounce off the door frame and into the room and kill 3 people. And then they know, they're happy to know, even though there's 3 dead, if someone went, there's 4, they're like, there's never 4. You know what I mean? It's not a tactic anymore. It's the common, because everyone's going to do it, whereas Tarkov, Squad, Insurgency, you don't do the same play. You'll be stupid to do the same play, because you're guaranteed someone is now watching that angle from another point going, now I can see how they're doing it, now I'm going to stop them from doing it, and then they'll never do it again. So those 3 games are probably the most close to airsoft playing wise.
Rolling tactics,
yeah. Whereas the others, like I said, skirmish some days. That's what it is. There's no point me talking about Star Wars Battlefront. Like that's until we get lasers, guys. I'm sorry, but we can't do anything about that.
Laser tag airsoft.
Yeah, that would be great.
Suppose you would know if you actually hit someone though.
Big beeping noise.
Yeah.
Well, technically, you play laser tag just on a more costly level, or do you don't even have them, do you?
No.
God, you're poor. Everyone else does it. Jesus. Game of laser tag.
Simulation, yeah.
Yeah. And then tanks that fire those fucking, what you call it? It's not even firing the cannon. It's just a big box that just goes really big bang, and that's it.
They have that in Texas, don't they?
Oh, they do, yeah.
World of Tanks did it. I remember Demolition Ranch Matt, and there was a load of other firearms YouTubers. They went to an event, I think it was last year, for tanks. But they went around just blowing up, but it wasn't blowing up tanks. There was like smoke bombs on top of the tanks, and whenever they got hit, they were like, smoke bomb.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that, just from my time in World of Tanks. It just, you'll be looking at some tanks, and you're like, oh, your tank's down, and you're like, that's not real. That wouldn't happen. That tank would destroy that tank.
Yeah.
Heresy.
It's like a Sherman going front to front with a Tiger too.
has been done, my dear man.
I know, but yeah, but like 4 others flanking. 4 other Shermans flanking
Still.
it.
Okay, here's some history for you. An American Sherman, powered by an American crew, has never gone toe to toe with a Tiger.
Seriously?
But British Shermans, that's include Fireflies, have gone toe to toe with Tigers.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the British have won because the British gun, the 17-pounder, is an anti-tank gun that they put in the Sherman. So they shit at Tigers.
Yeah.
But in saying that, the American 76 mil gun could still kill a tiger. There's 3 confirmed cases of Americans killing tigers, right? But 2 of them were on a flatbed on a train. So did they even count? No, not really, right? And then the other one was I'm trying to think now. Was it already destroyed? It was still usable. It wasn't gone. It was still
disabled,
usable,
but not destroyed.
Yeah, so just put rounds in anyway, just to make sure. Like silly. But yeah,
just gonna make sure he's dead.
Yeah. So when you see Fury and you see the boy shooting, that actually never happened.
Yeah.
An American Sherman with American crew had never gone toe to toe with a tiger. Now Panther. Do you know what a Panther is?
Yeah.
That has the most confirmed kills in the Second World War with its gun.
Yeah.
Tiger tank doesn't. Tiger tank's actually a piece of shit when you put it down to actually a Panther. Panther would kick ass.
Yeah. Jesus.
No, Panther. Oh, dude, a Panther. Light, nimble. Anyway, history rant over, guys. Hope you learned something today. Go over to our another channel, the History channel.
Yeah.
Where we discuss
the
more
Pew Pew history, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's fuck you, Fury.
Yeah.
No. It's Christ, I fucking hate me some days, you know that?
Yeah.
I read I can't read, but I read too many history books. You should see my book collection, lad. There's history on the Steyr you probably didn't even know yourself.
Probably.
You know, that's our way. It's ridiculous why I haven't book-wise in there. But yeah, mainly games. Back to games. It's I don't think there's anything else. Like there's no. Arma is milsim. Is milsim. Like
and you
more
can either
milsim
be
than arm milsim.
Yeah. It's either hardcore milsim or lads just run around in a tank trying to just cause havoc.
Yeah.
It depends on the server.
Even your watch cost, because I know you play Arma, the non-milsim servers are still more milsim than Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, that type of way.
That's actually very true.
It's still more tactical and hardcore than Battlefield. But Arma the game is more milsim than any milsim we could attend in Blurgan. Or even in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's way more. It's Christ, it confused the shit out of me half the time looking at it. I know you can mod it that you can do whatever. Like you can still do it though. If you think about it really, because you know yourself, if there's a Zeus in charge, what's to say you couldn't take the Zeus's story or mission brief and apply it to?
You could actually, yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if it's a Zeus-driven milsim server, not just this is just a server that just repeats over and over. Once you've done the mission, then it's on to the next. You know, you could still do it. But then again, they always add in the helicopter, plane, tank aspect to it, roam patrols.
It'd be
tough enough. Yeah, it will be tough, but it can be done if you have the patience to sit there and write it.
But sure, what's the one over in England? It was €80 extra on top of your ticket, or £80 extra onto your ticket to get a helicopter infill.
I can't remember that one, but I do remember something about that, yeah.
Yeah. It's an extra
expensive. Well, no, it's not expensive. No, you can do that in America. It's an extra $80 you can do as well for a helicopter.
Oh, fair. You pay the €80 or the $80.
You would. Especially Little Bird.
Oh, I pay $1,000 for that now.
like what they're using, like, believe it or not, there's only 6 Little Birds outside the US military that are privately owned.
Yeah.
And one of them's in Michigan. You're like, what? One flew over the house the other day. It was an olive drab going out to Mount Juliet.
Yeah.
Someone in Ireland owns one. Which is nuts, because they're 1 point something million.
Yeah.
I want to say that's a lie, and it's way more than that. Way more.
I'd say so.
You know what I mean?
But I know Matt Betts has one, doesn't he? Or the Black Rifle Coffee Company has one.
That's Pilot X. Yeah, he's one of the first to privately own one. Yeah. Which, if you look him up, he's on He's on Instagram. You can't see his face or anything because I think he actually does helicopter stuff in the military too.
I'd say he's probably still, yeah.
Because if you fly Little Bird, you fly for special forces. You don't fly for regular units.
Or the
Night
CIA, which
Stalkers.
Matt Best was in. Well, he was a...
They're night stalkers.
contractor.
That's all them boys. They go special forces train just to fly helicopters. I think it's fucking nuts.
They have Night Stalkers, special forces of the Air Force.
Yeah.
Pilots.
Air Force in the same sense.
Yeah, I know.
But it's I remember they did have a helicopter once. Might be a mountain of reasons why, i.e. insurance or just the pure noise of, because if a helicopter flies low to a tree line, you won't necessarily hear the helicopter because the trees dampen all the sound. So it's relatively very, very close to you, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about that sound, if it's not been trapped and the trees below, it has to go somewhere else. So look down at the houses that are around Blurgan, maybe that might have been another reason why, because that would have been stupid loud all the time. That and the fuel cost.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much, because fuel isn't just regular fuel, it's special aircraft fuel that goes to these helicopters like in planes.
Aviation fuel.
Yeah. You know, it's nearly like rocket fuel. Nearly the same as just saying rocket fuel, like, you know. But yeah, maybe, who knows? You know, it could be a mountain reasons. Till you ask the lads, you'll never know. But that'd be a cool aspect. Now, I remember we were saying, can tracked vehicles go up? And they said no. Or like, so wheeled vehicles. And they're like, yeah. Like, I was looking into restoring myself and a couple lads restoring APCs and shit. Like, look at most of European APCs. England, more insane, England are the only tracked APC country in Europe.
France.
No, France are wheeled.
Are they?
In Africa all the time. Yeah.
I thought France
Maybe
still
they
had
might have
a half track.
Oh, no. There's like the Mo Icon steroids, but French made.
Also, it's shite, though.
Yeah. And the boxer in Germany, that's been used everywhere now. The Germans are getting Leopard 2 has been used like in... It's like 1940s all over again. It's like, why are tanks? Why? Yeah, like everyone in the world, like Australia just purchased 30-something old boxer APCs.
Yeah.
Canada are after getting some new Leopard 2s. Poland used Leopard 2s. 90% of Europe, except for France, England, and I want to say Italy, but I could be wrong, are using Leopard 2s.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. I see what you're doing, Germany. I see you there. But yeah, it's it's just the way it is. Now let's look at the Milsim.
Yeah.
The Milsim we just did.
Blurgan.
Operation
Backlash.
That was
quite
I shot in the face.
Oh, you did, didn't you? That was
that's right there. It's all right now. So
I'll put in some B-roll while we're talking about it. But it started off, our team, Spartan PMC, we were the P.O.Ws for about 9 hours. So from 12 o'clock from start X to 9 o'clock, which was the end of the end of the P.O.W phase. So it was basically the entire daytime, bar an hour or so. We were P.O.Ws, unless we could get to friendly forces and then get an extraction. Yeah. But halfway through, I'd say probably 3 hours into the day, we found our friendly forces in their LUP.
Jeez, that took you long enough. Took me about half an hour.
You found them because you were just sitting there dead.
No, I had a radio.
You had the radio,
comms, they start talking, and I looked at Darren and said, "What do you do?" And he goes, "Fucking talk to them, see what the crack is."
Yeah.
We stopped twice. To hide from people we thought was the enemy.
Yeah.
We were wrong. It was our own lads just uprooting places just to see could they get information. Right. So we hid for about half an hour longer than we needed to, because we didn't know who the fuck was. Because again, it was that stop, listen, loads of branches. Everything was cracking. We're like, oh, shit balls. And then we just hid in the corner of the field for like I don't know how long it was. About half an hour. Then I turned on the radio and was like, fuck, I'm going to talk to these people and see what to say. And then they told us to meet here, and we're like, there's people there. And
Apache,
then they go back
was it?
No. Yeah, they're like, no, that's us. We're like, oh, interesting. So
So we've been
that
staring
was
at you, thinking you were the enemy for the last half an hour.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
and it was just it was good now.
Mm.
Like I wanted to get caught.
I did at the same time, but at the same time, I wanted to get caught, escape, and then get extracted.
Yeah.
But from what
Yeah.
I hear about trying to escape, it was fairly hard.
No, it wasn't hard. The boys didn't want to. They wanted to mess with him.
Just torture
And
them.
that's what happened.
Oh God.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
There was no I don't know if the boys got interrogated, but I'm pretty sure the prison guards got interrogated. Right? I'm pretty sure that's how that worked.
Yeah.
For that little snippet there. Like the boys were able to get out of their cells and run around the place, but then they'd go back into the cell and the guards caught them. Just to piss them off.
Yeah.
Like
She
it
wasn't
was
it? One of the lads was shaking. Justin was shaking the cell, and the cell just there was a little tiny thin chain around it. So if you either guessed the code on the lock or if you broke the chain, you could run and escape. But one of the lads was just taking the piss, just got into the cell, was just put in the cell, and just started shaking, trying to give the guards a bit of stick, and the chain just broke, and he just the chain just broke as he was shaking it. He was like, "What the fuck?" Opened it, walked out, was standing in the middle of the yard, and was like, "What? Wait, what? Oh shit! I have to run."
yeah.
And then started running, and then he got shot. Oh, so
no,
funny.
they did a good job. I heard Barco ran into the room. Oh, hey guys, kept running. Then there was guards running after him. Well, he only did just so he run back to his cell. Yeah, he only did so he run back to his cell. I think one other lad said the same thing. He went out and he stood there, but he only wanted to walk around and see what he could find. I said, guard spot him. So he's like, oh, fuck this, and started running. And he ran back into his cell. And he said, it was a 3 or 4 lads looked at him, and they continuously looked at him. And they were like, we saw someone out there. Pretty sure it was you, but you're in your cell.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Jesus.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to get. Like, even that video of the lads getting executed.
Yeah.
Do you see that one? If you listen, you see it?
I've seen it, yeah, on Warsaw
down
Crack.
on their knees, then Adam stands up.
Adam stands up and then he all stood up.
If you ignore the video but listen to the sound at the end, right?
Yeah.
You will clearly hear someone saying to Justin and Ashton any last words, and everyone just goes, "Yeah, fuck yous," and then they get executed.
Yeah.
Now, according to Justin, right, he said first of all that way Adam stood up there, all like, oh, "I'm not dying on my knees," blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, he looks over at Paul, and Paul just goes, just execute him. I don't have to do him anymore. And then they execute him. That's when they go, and the last words, "Yeah, fuck yous." Yeah, so you can hear that if you just ignore the video and listen to it, you can hear him. But yeah, that was a good. I wanted to go there. I really wanted to go there.
Yeah.
God damn it! And then the lads got taken at the end. That wasn't. I want to go kicking doors for that one.
Yeah. So
but we didn't.
Put the story in. About 3 hours into the POW phase, we found Mark. We found the LUP. We found information on where everyone else was, and we kind of just regrouped. Then we were there for about an hour waiting to get other squads in so they could help extract us to our extraction point, which was Red 53 or Red 52. I think
53, Red 53.
53, yeah. Which is down the bottom left corner of the map. So we were basically bang center of the map on the mountain, kind of one of the flat plateau places. So we're in there anyway. We're getting information. We just found out where our extraction point was. We were literally waiting for another two squads to come help us out. Contact.
Yeah.
2 minutes after waiting for the boys, contact. 12 lads in orange Illuminous jumpsuits. Literally jumped off a cliff. Slid down the backside, the steep side of the mountain. I'll have video up anyway. And ran. 12 of us running through the woods, down a hill, in between northern checkpoint and southern checkpoint. Got to resupply. What's the resupply place?
Um, Supply depot.
Supply depot. We got to supply depot, crossed supply depot, ran through more woods and forest, came out the far side where the field is, near enough to southern checkpoint. Then we went back, looped up around the field, came down by yellow 20, went down that road there, saw a farmer. He looked at us like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And then we had to wait. Then I think we were waiting probably about 45 minutes for the actual extraction when we got there.
Yeah, we were stupid early. Like,
Yeah, we just ran for it.
Yeah.
So I thought, apparently when Alan rang Mark to say, yeah, we've made it to the extraction point, Mark was like, wait, what? You're there already? So he had to somehow organize extraction for there and then, which was a grey van that only took us one at a time because of COVID.
Yeah.
Obviously, restrictions. We couldn't walk behind it, so it literally had to be extracted by that van. That was grand though, but the bad thing was 4 or 5 of us, while waiting for extraction, got attacked by the boonies and got captured again, didn't they? Was it 4 or 5?
Yeah, I call that acceptable losses.
Yeah, acceptable losses. 6.
Yeah.
I think 6 of us got extracted out of the 12. No.
No, most of us, because there was
7.
more than 12 of us there.
Yeah.
I think. And then, maybe you're right. Yeah, sorry, because at the same time when someone said that everyone got taken, our boys came back after getting executed back to respawn and everything else.
No,
so,
it was only 4. It was only 4 that got captured.
Yeah, something like that.
Alan,
Josh,
Philly, Josh, and
Dan.
I think that was it. In the second lot that got captured and executed.
Yeah.
So then it started off with the night phase. The first night, or the only night.
An absolute
Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Holding down Phoenix. Could not tell.
Meant to be there.
Yeah, we weren't actually meant to be there. It was one of the Deltas, or not it was one of the black teams, not the Delta teams.
Oh, we weren't even supposed to be there at that time at all. None of us. Did you ever hear that part?
No.
Yeah, so, you remember when you had to cut the thing?
Yeah.
Right. The boys were supposed to have the whole thing already set up and defending it. We were supposed to attack them and then disable it by cutting it. But Mark was like, because I was trying to say that. I said, believe it or not, Caolan was on the radio for 20 minutes. Are you sure it's this wire? Yes. Okay. Are you sure it's this bar here? Yes. Is it here? Yes. This, that, and there? Yes.
Yeah.
Cut it. Yes. Cut it. Right. It's cut. Deadly. Get out of there. At that stage, there's no fight left in the team anyway then. No, maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I didn't hear from that side. Maybe they were like, oh, no, we backed off to do something else. I don't know. But, we weren't even supposed to be there at that time. We were supposed to attack them.
So we were like we were 15 to 20 minutes early.
Sure, no, we were way early. Way early by like an hour, maybe an hour and a half more. Yeah. They were that whole place was supposed to be lit up.
Yeah.
And when it was lit up, then because they were trying to make it more any of the bases to feel more like an FOB, so lights.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted.
Because I seen nighttime pictures of the Boonie fob or the Koreans fob, and it was just lit up.
Yeah.
Lights everywhere.
I didn't see that actually. I didn't see that at all.
Tommy Havoc put up a picture of it.
Oh, does he?
He put up a picture on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. What an ass. Actually, true. When you started off, right? Did you meet anyone?
From where I started at Yellow 70, which is to the right of Southern Checkpoint.
Yeah.
2 boys were there. One of them hadn't been to Blurgan before, and the other guy was
another guy,
Blurgan. So they were at Southern Checkpoint, and I heard voices as I was walking. I was walking towards Southern Checkpoint to go to Northern Checkpoint to follow the trail up to the top of the hill, because that was our RV point. So I was walking down there, saw the 2 boys at Southern Checkpoint, met up with them. Then I went to Northern, and I met up with Callie, or Old Man Sniper. Then we were in between Northern and the Peak, and Alan Cullen came up behind us.
Of course you would.
Then we got to the Peak, and we bumped into, or we were there for about 10 minutes waiting for other people to come. We got Philly, Dan, Josh, Paul, and I think someone else. And you, yeah, you were there.
Oh yeah, but I had an ordeal before I even got there.
Yeah. Oh no, we didn't meet you until we got to the LUP.
Yeah.
Trying to think, there was
See,
someone
when
else
I turned
there
up, that's when
hill.
everything went to shit. You see, coincidence? I think not.
I know. I have to say, that Burger King was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get any of it.
You didn't get any Burger King, did you?
Yeah, I think I was just too tired.
Yeah.
I had a long bullshit time there. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Philly died. He got a trade kill with a boonie. He killed 2 boonies, a trade kill with the second, and he had to sit there for an hour and 15 minutes until he could get a medic. And luckily, it was one of our guys that mediced him back in.
Yeah.
So we were going up and down that mountain. We went up and down it 4 to 5 times. We finally, after going down the far side, we were at the tip of the hill trying to get to Apache, or trying to get to Kilo, or trying to get to the farmyard, which at the time we didn't realize was actually a research center for the Koreans. So we were trying to get to one of these 3 places on the far side of the hill. And we were like, fuck. We ended up getting split in half, our group, when we bumped into 2 boonies. He got taken out by Philly. The 2 of them got taken out by Philly. We ran back up the hill and said, feck it, you know what, we'll just go straight down the hill, down the steep side between Dakov and Outpost 32. So that real steep rocky part. Mossy rock. Yeah. So we were like, right, we'll just go straight down that way. Went straight down there, but there was boonies at the bottom of the hill and halfway up, kind of in between the hill. We were like, right, run down there. So half of us got split. Alan got shot. I got him back. And we just started shouting, run, just get the fuck out of here, run. So the front half went down the hill and hid in a crevice and a little hidey hole. The other half was ran up the hill to the peak again and went back down towards Wolf. Then when we got to Wolf, we were kind of going, all right, what are we going to do now? And all we hear out of nowhere was black. Just one voice just going black once. So the 2 boys turned around, just Paul and Alan, they heard it and were like, black, who the fuck? Oh, there they are. So our lads in our team. So we were like, oh yeah, grand, no bothers. We went back up, met up all of them. They bound us, gagged us, and disarmed us because they had to verify who we were. They did that anyway, verified. Then they were like, right, we have to go back up the hill and meet Zero. We were like, back up the fucking hill? Do you know how many times we've come up and down that hill all day? And the lads were like, yeah, but we have to go back up the hill because we're meeting Zero. And we were like, are you for fucking real? Yeah. So we went back up the hill, met Zero, and then we went to the LUP. That's when you came along. And who else was with you? Dennis, wasn't it?
No, it was just me.
Oh,
and the guy with Burger King.
Yeah, that's the guy I couldn't remember. Dennis.
Yeah.
He was with us.
Yeah.
That was some crack.
No, I was after when I started, right? We all thought alphabetical order.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh wait, maybe it's not. Maybe it's stuff on the list. But then it wasn't the names on the list because the 2 guys, 2 other lads went before me. Like Callie and them were like, they're not on the list. They came on the list afterwards. So whatever way it worked out anyway. Darren started at the gate that we all launched from. I started less than 100 feet from Darren. Yeah. And then Johnny then also started less than 100 feet from Darren. Johnny kind of just sat there in the bush looking at us going, hey. And then
how are you?
Yeah, so then we made our way up to Minov through the field that we patrolled through first when we got geared up. And then we went behind Minov, and I thought it was Dan, because Dan had black sleeves. I remember Dan had the sleeveless, but had his top on under it. And I was like, that's Dan, black sleeves, crouching down, whatever. It wasn't. It was Justin after taking a mud dive into a puddle. Right? He went in like that. He was covered. I mean, covered head to toe. There's still like orange showing through. Yeah. But like his arms were nearly black. His chest was completely black. Whatever. Yeah. Like he was just trying to hide it. And met up with him. And that's when we were hearing, like, he was kneeling down. We couldn't get to him because that's when we heard forces, when we didn't realize it was our own guys there. So we turned around then after he came over to us and went back to Minov. But you know that the road leading out of Minov into the field
Being
going
blocked.
upwards?
Oh, yeah.
So we went up there and we're like, shit, there's fucking crop been growing there.
Was that red 70?
Yeah.
Red 7?
No, it would,
Or
top right of the
top
map.
left of the
Yeah,
map?
top right.
Top right.
Yeah, top right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's normally just a tree formation just in the center of that field.
Oh, yeah.
So, but obviously we can walk around the edge so we don't disturb anything. But a vehicle had driven, not even a vehicle. There was like a 3 foot wide gap between the ditch and the field that was obviously too stony, too rocky to sow anything. It was just pure shit. The farm couldn't do anything with. So we went down there, which we were still in game because we kept checking over and over. Like, I hope we're not out of game, but we weren't because it was clearly bordered off
on the map. Yeah.
corner. And we sat there for about half an hour. And sorry, just before we went down there, just as we were about to take the turn to go down, because it was a slope like this.
Mm.
We were about to run down. We ran into Ashton and Nippy.
Yeah.
Coming out, and they were trying to do giddy stuff. So they were shoving grass into pockets, down their hair and whatever they could, like. And the 6 was then sat there.
I found it was absolutely 0 point of putting leaves on you.
Oh, there was 0 point.
0 point.
Those suits on. Yeah.
Doing anything with those suits on. And one of the lads said to me, "Oh, if you're just going to sit there on a rock, at least put a bit of natural foliage on you." I was like, "It doesn't matter if I put natural foliage anywhere. If the slightest bit of orange is showing, I'm fucked."
Yeah, you're going to see.
You know what I mean? It's the one color both teams are looking for is orange. They're either trying to get to us, or they're trying to get the boonies are trying to capture us, or our team, the blacks, were trying to extract us.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
just sit there.
Yeah.
No, we went. Actually, Dan had his phone. That was the requirement Dan had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
His phone.
Dan had his phone.
So we were able to, because Darren had his phone, but I think he had to for every other reason. But then they're like, sure, that can be your thing that you have with you, your phone. So he was using whatever to talk to Dan.
Yeah, Dan was with us.
Which one was it? Phoenix or Apache?
Apache.
Building.
Apache.
Building. Apache, yeah. So we're at Apache, and we start getting hit up. But the words before that were, "Mark is on the way to town." And I look straight at Justin and goes, "That's never good."
Yeah.
Because if you see Mark, there's probably a shit show behind him somewhere, coming towards him or whatever. So then this small little tiny, and I would call it a firefight, turned on to a full-on engagement between this, that, and the other. Walk outside, and here's Mark shooting. Mark obviously doesn't understand how to command by not fighting. You have to call the shots, get down, and he's telling us, "Get down and be quiet," and he's lamping off rounds. We're like, "Oh my god, he's going to die." He's going to die. And then he looks at us and he goes, "Go on, take off." And we're like, okay. So we get up and run, and all his team are already sitting there. They're already pointing, "Just fucking go that way, go, go." Clear bullshit. We were supposed to get caught there, right? So we ran down, and then we got hit up by the Koreans, who happen to be some of the Havoc monsters, and we all get hit. But just as the boys got hit, I'm before Nippy, and so this guy was coming through. Like, he was making it well known he was coming through this bush, right? Because he was destroying everything. And I stopped Nippy, went backwards. I was like, no, turn, run. Just as I went to run around the corner, I could hear footsteps run towards me. I did nothing to stop. But not that I could. I didn't have a gun on me. I did nothing to stop. What happened next was Paul ran around, shot me in the chest, and shot me there. Right?
Wait, Paul himself?
Yeah, Paul from the Havoc Monsters shot me there.
Oh,
right?
Paul.
And I went, fucking face, right? Like that. I wasn't pissed off. I just wasn't ready to get shot from 5 feet away in the face that close. Like, now, when I say 5 feet, like, his body was 5 feet. The muzzle of the gun was much closer. It wasn't even an eye. It's just for the fact I was like, Jesus, motherfucking, wow, that hurt. And anyway, they come up to me and they go, if you have any guns, like in the brief, if you have any guns on you, you're not allowed to use them, blah, blah, blah. You're gagged and bound. And I said, yeah. And just they go, come on, let's go. not even Mark's squad, another black unit came along and just start firing rounds in through it. So I lay down on the ground, in out of the way, so everyone can keep shooting at each other normally. And then someone looks at me and goes, Shane, your bleed out time's done. And I was like, oh yeah, no, grand. So I got up and walked. And like, I wasn't 30 seconds after walking away when I ran into Mark. And I was like, oh, Bob, we can't use the CCP. And Mark's looked at me going, you're a POW. And I looked at him and went, oh, balls, I'm not supposed to fucking move. So I ran back. Like, I mean, by the time I got up and walked away to the time I got back was less than 60 seconds, right? Yeah. Less than a minute. Okay. And I walked back in and the black unit sitting there going, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to sit until basically either side come get me.
Yeah.
So the one of the black unit members was lying down and I was like, shit, where was I? And he goes, I know where you were, just keep walking.
Yeah.
He's only like a foot off from where I actually was sitting. Fair play to him. And he goes, yeah, you were there. So I sat down. I was like, grand, yeah. Deadly. Only for the fact I went and sat back down again, lad. I realised I actually dropped my radio when I got up the first time. So I'm lucky that I actually went back. Anyway, I sat there anyway, and I go, medic. But because I'm dead, I'm going to go, fuck, I'm going to look around. I looked to my right where the Koreans were, and I was like, there's no Koreans. Maybe they're hiding. Fair enough. I look back, and that black unit is laughing and joking away there. And I go, leave those around. I go, medic. And the boys are still laughing, whatever else. About 20 minutes later, one of the lads runs up. We're all going back to respawn. We'll come back to you as soon as possible. The actual Koreans had left. They were gone. They weren't there. They weren't hiding. They were actually gone. And the other boys went off. About 2 hours later, after me sitting there, I'm like, fuck this. There's no one coming back for me.
No.
So I get up and I start walking. And at that stage, I was like, I don't give a shit what unit is there. I'm just going to throw myself in there at them.
Take me.
And even at that, after walking around, I only found a dead guy.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going wherever you're going. I don't give a shit. And he goes, yeah, come on, so. So I end up linking up with up the top with Mark. Yeah. I look straight at Mark and goes, look, so I was sitting there for 2 hours. I said, no one came back for me. I said, I'm not going to sit there anymore. And he goes, yeah, no, fair enough, lad. You don't need that. I said, by right, someone should have found you at least. And I said, lad, I was shouting medic for so long every couple of minutes that if someone came by, they would hear it.
Yeah.
And go investigate. And no one came by. And I think at that stage, no one was on that side of the mountain anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I would have been waiting another couple of hours before someone even came and got me.
Yeah.
And then we got hit up the top of York then, and then the big landslide of orange and down the hill, which I destroyed my leg on the way down. Which was great crack, I might add. At that stage, I wanted to turn around and go out and go on, take me to prison. I want to go now. So I was just like, fuck it. I want to go in. I don't give a shit.
If there had been someone at Supply Depot, I probably would have been, oh, fuck it, why don't I just get captured for the crack? Do you know what I mean? But there was no one at Supply Depot, and I was just like, right, I'm not getting caught at Northern Checkpoint. I'm not getting caught at a checkpoint. If I get caught, it's going to be in the middle of nowhere, the open, on a track. I'm not going to get caught fucking at an obvious place to get caught.
Yeah.
So I just avoided that, and we just went straight through all the trees and forests, and yeah, it was grand.
Yeah. And then we had to wait because we were early. And then it took extra long for everyone to get back. And then we just bombed up and went out on the night yoke. And that tower was nuts.
Yeah. I was loving my new gun.
Ashton. Oh, yeah, you were loving
it. Yeah, I was loving the new HK 416. Oh, Togi Marui, you sexy, sexy company.
Dude. Like me and you were doing radios, right, between each other and Mark.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad it was to try radio up in that tower?
The radio in the tower?
Yeah. Do you know how bad it was for me to try radio somewhere? 2 belt feds going off beside me.
At least they weren't real belt feds.
Yeah, I know.
I know about it then.
Because I'm left-handed, my thing sits on this ear, on my right ear, out of the way. So Darren and Ashton would start shooting at practically just the lights at that stage. So I put my finger in my ear to hear. And they kept firing. So then I squashed my headphone up
Into
against
your
my ear. And then I lay down on the ground because I was like, geez, the sound will be harder up there than would be down here. And then that didn't work. So I got off the tower and then I still couldn't hear anything. And Darren goes, was that for me? And I was like, to be honest, I don't even know, man. I don't.
Yeah.
There might have been people talking. It might have been static. Might have been someone's radio. I said, at this stage, I don't even know. I said, if they want you, I said, someone else will get you to you. But that tower was nuts with those two belts.
Because we were basically on the track. So you had Phoenix here, and then slightly uphill on just before the track, you had us for Delta 2. Delta 1 had Phoenix, Delta 2 had the perimeter, the outside perimeter. And there was one of the black squads were coming out of Apache, and another black squad was coming down the hill from the LUP. But no one fucking told us. Yeah. We knew about the Apache coming up behind us, but we didn't know there was a team coming in at the wall in between Norden and Apache, or the LUP. And so we were like, okay, there's lights there. What the fuck? Turn, fire. And all you hear on the radio is, black on the wall. And we were like, now you tell us there's black coming on down to the wall? But then we had, so the enemy were advancing from Northern Checkpoint through the bushes and at the wall. So we kind of, when we fired at them, we were like, well, there was enemy there 5 minutes ago. It's probably them crawling back. Shot at them. Because we got a few kills there before black came down off the hill. I was loving the new gun. The only thing I'd love now is a tracer unit. I just want a tracer unit now, and I'd be happy as Larry.
Yeah. Do you know the firefight that the guy was shooting at you with the tracer?
Yeah, that was the same firefight, wasn't it?
Yeah. Some of them rounds were actually lamping into the what you call it. That's how low he was shooting to the ground, that they were dropping off just at our base. So lads were calling hit. And your man probably doesn't even know that he was actually hitting guys because he wasn't shooting at him. He was shooting at other people. I got a smack one. I had to call for medic.
Yeah.
Just standing there, just randomly stand there, and then you just hear the ping off the sheet metal. Turn around, here come all these green lights over the hill, and all of a sudden I'm going, hit. That fucking hurt.
Well, tracer unit on a belt would be nice though. Be very expensive.
It would be. Ashton wanted one. I have one. I just don't know if it works. Kind of one of them purchases. I made one, and it just
two clicks of the 2 clicks of speed loader into mag of like normal BBs. 1 click of tracers. 2 clicks of normal. 1 click of tracers.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Or just go full tracer, just so everyone knows where you are.
Yeah.
Including the enemy.
Oh. Tracers work both ways. Who was it saying? I remember there was a joke, or someone said something about tracer units, and there was a belt fed firing across the road. And it was middle of the night, and you could just see the tracers. And one of the guys goes, why don't we just run in between the tracers?
Yeah, because that's how life works.
Do you know what would kind of be the problem there? There's 5 other bullets in between each of those tracers. Yeah. I can't remember where that was from. Someone said it to me. It was either
life works.
A joke or it was actually someone being really stupid. I can't remember which one was which.
Yeah. I want to hope it's the latter of the two.
Yeah.
That's, it's people. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it was a good fight. It was a good Next day then obviously I didn't get much. You got footage, Paul got some footage. I couldn't, my feet were destroyed. I made it till about 10 o'clock I think it was, then I turned around and walked back.
I got a small bit of footage, but I didn't realize when I went to press record on the GoPro when I got into a firefight.
Yeah.
I was actually stopping the recording when I was for the firefight. So I have everywhere bar the firefights recorded.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking raging.
Clever.
But Paul got a bit, had your GoPro on. He got a bit, I think there's a video where he gets a kill anyway. And then there's a couple of odd bits. So I mainly have the entire P.O.W. extraction phase, and I have a small bit of patrolling from that night and a small bit of patrolling from the next day.
That's
basically all I got anyway. I didn't get anything in the nighttime. You just couldn't see anything.
Oh yeah.
Unless I had my flashlight on. So
which no one did. Unless you were on the way back. We would turn on the flashlights on the way back.
Yeah. I was like, why are we turning on flashlights? I can see perfectly.
I couldn't see shit. Once you get
You
that
don't know.
amount of lads in one area,
Yeah,
you can't see anymore because they're all blocking the view you need in
yeah.
order to walk
I suppose I was at
forward.
the very front, like
Yeah, you were
leading
fine.
everyone out.
I couldn't see. I had lads in front of me that were wobbling. They were like as if they were
Yeah,
drunk. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to die here.
yeah.
Um,
All in all, though, it
so
was
I
a
was
very
like,
good
no.
Milsim.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won't be doing the next one. I will
No,
definitely be doing the one after that.
I'm
Going
going up
good shit again.
to County Down to do the what's it called now? The new Milsim.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what's the name of it again? State and
the
Invitational
invitation
Milsim.
one.
Yeah, the Invitational Milsim. I'm going up to do that one with. I think there's about 6 of our team going. I know Adam's going now. I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
6 of us going. I'm going up to do that one. I do not know if I'm going to be able to get up to another Blurgan though. That's the only thing.
yeah.
So yeah,
We see what way the country goes by then. I will be doing
yeah,
the last one as long as I'm going to do civilian role or
yeah.
what's the other one? If
That's the
there's a
last Blurgan
syndicate.
one, isn't it? No, there's no
Yeah,
syndicate this year.
is there not?
I asked Darren that just before we were packing up and we were leaving for the Milsim, and I said, "Is there going to be like a syndicate site?" And he said, depending on numbers and depending on how many people they can have on site, there might not be one. So
Yeah,
I'm going to say on the safe side, I'm going to say there's not going to be one. But if there is one,
yeah,
I'll be going straight for the syndicate. I'd say
yeah. I'll be doing
like we always do.
civvy or syndicate, depending.
Yeah,
I want to do that for a bit.
yeah,
See if we can wrangle a few lads in because like what I've seen over the past, I don't know how long is people
mm,
rather not Sunday skirmish, but they rather shoot things rather than interact with people.
yeah,
Whereas if they could see the benefit of interacting with people, getting the info, that could help them. Just like you would in real life, then that'd be deadly. But
yeah.
just to be aware that if you're that guy that pulls the gun going, I don't trust you, I'm gonna fucking smack you. You're not looking. I will. There will be a hit out on you.
Yeah,
Like by the time a unit comes to town, I'm hoping to have, nothing fancy, just judicial system, prison service, guards, mayor, just small things, just the
yeah.
small things that make community.
Yeah, the next one anyway is Krasnoy Retribution. That's on the 15th to the 16th
That's
of
force
next
on
month,
force, isn't
August.
it?
I think that is Force on Force. Operation Rising Tide. Now, the August one is usually has the civilians.
Mm.
So I'm thinking, I think the next one is a civilian-based role. There's civilian roles in it anyway. The Operation Rising Tide kind of sounds like,
Fight
that's
with
Force
China.
on Force. Yeah, that's the Chinese one.
Yeah. If the word rising is and tide or
Yeah,
anything like that, you're guaranteed Asia. You're fighting
yeah,
Asia there somewhere.
yeah.
So you guys
So
have cracked your code. Um,
Retribution, yeah. I'd say
yeah,
that.
any civilian or whatever, I'll do it. I'm
Yeah,
doing 100%.
yeah. They have so you have the best crack, I think, on those ones.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like I said, we got the Russian gear like a day late. A day
yeah.
late. The Russian gear appeared Friday morning, believe it or not, in Dublin. It was in Dublin Friday morning that we were
Oh,
leaving.
you could have collected it
Yeah. And
on the
then
way up.
it was
Oh,
dispatched and everything on the Saturday to Kilkenny, and it was sitting in
yeah.
Kilkenny Monday morning. It was only for I was watching a Tarkov video by Devil Dog Gamer. Some guy got killed with a dirty AK. I was like, speaking of dirty AKs, where's my Russian order? And I went looking at it, I was like, you son of it should be here by lunchtime. But
Yeah.
whenever the watch call comes, and it surely arrived like
Jesus.
1 o'clock, I think, Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Like that I got the weapon system, the Russian old weapon system from early 2000s, early 90s. And that would be a perfect, it's kind of like the perfect sort of op4
Yeah.
kind of system along with like an AK chest rig. It's either or make you look like that you belong to an op4 faction or something like that.
Yeah.
So if there's something along them lines, where there's a bit of role play involved, I will do it.
Yeah.
Same way, if there wasn't and there was just military stuff, I would still go to it, but I'd make an effort with the civilian populace.
Yeah.
As long as the civilian populace makes an effort with you.
Mm.
Because at the same time, you don't want them turn around going, I don't want to deal with you, I'm just going to shoot you and you turn your back, like every other milsim.
Yeah.
Like, we need need civilian populace to act like civilians. You know, be afraid maybe of the first units to come by. Start warming up to them. Know who you like and don't like. If a certain unit walks in, or not unit, but faction walk in, and you don't like them, you know, throw a holy riot in the street, or throw, you know what I mean? That whole
always
sort of
the helmets.
Here. Yeah, exactly.
Love the boonies, hate the helmets.
Yeah, well, it depends on what Milsim you call it. Anyway, that, you know, we need that sort of thing. You know, the likes of that presidential election. That did not go in the favor of the people that made the Milsim at all, which was great. But that sort of freedom is needed in order to make a storyline. A storyline.
Go on, Dixie Connors, by the way.
Yeah, go on, Dixie.
Go on, Dixie.
Instead of, you know, that election happened, someone getting shot, and that's it. That was that storyline just ended right there. Now it's on to the next phase. Like out of nowhere, well, not out of nowhere for us, because it's Dixie Connors. It's hard not to miss him. He made it where he wanted to become president, as he does, and became president. You know what I mean? That's needed. That is absolutely needed. Yeah, as long as whoever, even if it's not me, just play a role. Be nice to everyone until there's a reason not to be nice to them.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Until there's no, like, if they draw guns on you for bullshit reason, not even for self-defense, just because they want to be arseholes, then obviously that unit is a unit that you can start messing with.
Yeah.
But if a unit walks in, they're helping you, and they're just been generally nice, just be nice to them, like you wouldn't really. Just be nice back to them, and you never know, it could be worth your while that you could be getting points, or you could be getting stuff from them that makes your life in Blurgan that weekend an awful lot easier.
Yeah.
Same way if you give them information, whatever. Now, if those same guys end up turning around going, I'm sorry guys, we have to start shooting at you, then by all means have more firepower and more cojones than they do.
Yeah.
And start taking them out. You know what I mean? Just play it. Just play along with it.
Oh, by the way, if we are inside that clubhouse, you are never getting in.
Oh yeah, never.
Never
funny.
getting in.
2 guys with night vision got in, but it's because we myself and Ashton were sitting there going, "Is that night vision? I'm not sure that's night vision. It's just a glowing red dot." Then I got smacked in the face. Oh, that's night vision. Damn it.
Oh man. Anyway, so I suppose we'll leave it there for this episode of the PewPewCast. If you did like the podcast, give us a subscribe, the like. Go over to our Instagram, follow us on there, and follow us on Facebook, where this will be going live probably a couple of hours on after YouTube. So if you want to hear the podcast first, go straight to our YouTube channel, and you'll get it there. Every 2 weeks, 1 episode.
Something like that.
Thereabouts.
Yeah. We'll try, and then we'll try and do little videos in between, just like your ghillie and other stuff. Like I said, there's just other things that we can do. Doesn't require the 2 of us, but takes him to edit, not me, because I can't edit.
I don't give him credit. Just send me the footage.
I'm too poor. I can't afford it. No, I can't afford it. My systems are shite. Oh yeah, I can't afford it.
Great. So the next one will be probably a bit of footage from the Invitational Milsim, as well as information on how that went. And then we'll also be doing the same shits and giggles, bit of gaming chat, bit of everything like that. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Good luck. Bye.
Adios.